Something good. Kelsey Olson, what do you got good going on today?
Soft opening.
Coffee.
I am working from the cutest coffee shop ever.
Like it.
No, grand opening is tomorrow on this cute little coffee shop. So that's exciting. And the soft opening went pretty well on Saturday. So yeah,
Good.
we're gearing up.
Money's coming in. That's what that means, right?
Need to take a road trip.
Yep.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if money's coming in yet. I'm not sure.
All money's going out. Yeah, I have a couple of those businesses myself, so I know
Yeah.
how that works.
I think it'll
Don't
be
worry.
changing soon, I hope.
Good. Who else has something good?
Keller Williams, you guys have talked me into going further in debt by keeping a house. That's good, right?
No, tell me more. This sounds like a whole story.
Yeah, it's been a good one. So I got talked into doing a flip, did the flip, and then I got talked into keeping it to Airbnb it. And so, yeah.
So you're gonna Airbnb?
I am, yeah. Luckily, yeah, Angie's on the call. Angie Powers talked me through some things last night, and I would say didn't talk me off the ledge, but basically said in a bunch of words like, hey, you're a moron if you don't keep this place. So, yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
I'll never
Um,
talk you off the ledge because I think any real estate investment is a good investment as long as you buy it right. Just saying.
last night, yeah,
I'm that interested.
yeah.
I do have one point for you on Airbnb. It is not a real estate investment. It is a hospitality business.
Oh, wait a minute. What does that even mean?
You know what? That's kind of what Angie said last night too, about keeping the house at, a certain condition and things of that nature.
It's
and
not
making
only the
sure-
house, it's about keeping guests happy. And sometimes they're a real pain.
Because the reviews are important.
Reviews are very important.
Mm.
And you want the 5-star reviews, so you're gonna do all the things, flowers, snacks, answering questions timely, making sure their process to get in is seamless, making sure their exit process is seamless. It's hospitality.
Yeah, well, what's cool about it is there's enough people in Keller Williams, like yourself, that have them, done them, have plenty of tips. So I say it jokingly, like you guys talked me into going further in debt, which is somewhat true, but I'm not too worried about it because there's enough people that I can call.
You got it.
And yeah, they're gonna point me in the right direction.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I think we discount that all. If you look at just even who's on this call now, if you look at the expertise that shows up in, rental properties, in flip properties, if it's an Airbnb, if it's development, if it's new construction, if it's a team, if it's a solo agent, it pretty much runs the gamut. And I have yet to meet somebody that's not willing to share, right? I mean, thank you, Tania, right? I mean,
Well, maybe.
stepping right up and going, it may not be what you think, so it's good stuff.
And I think this is the only company which really teaches you how to build wealth.
Yeah.
After working many brokers in this town,
Yeah,
this is where I have actually built my wealth.
I agree.
And I'm so grateful for that.
I've been in real estate, be 10 years. And I'm really now just having the conversation.
I'm 22 years in real estate, only 7 years in investment in real estate, and that has changed my future forever. And that never started. I remember I was not at Keller Williams. PJ invited me that 411 class, and I went there. It was in some hotel room, conference room. And that was the first eye-opening. They teach you not only how to do good business, but how to use your money for your advantage. So they help you for good.
This is that E to P model, right? Because most of us are running around entrepreneurially and just going, hey, this is a good way to make money, and it is, right? You can make a lot of money selling real estate. There is a difference between income and wealth.
Yes.
There's a lot of realtors that have a very, very high income and have zero wealth, and that's a challenge, right? So how do you develop this thing called wealth? In fact, do you even know what it is? So I'm not lost on these comments here, Shelley. I appreciate the seminar on that. Yeah, in the commercial stuff, Brenda, I think there's some expertise in here for that as well. I've actually already reached out to Angie because I know she has a lot of expertise in this flip and rental space. But yes, our intention is to put a panel together here in the next couple of weeks. I use that's a loose term for me, right? That's just sometime in the near future. With that panel so that we can get back into these wealth conversations. The opportunities are changing around us. With the market shift, rental properties look different today than they did 2, 3, 4 years ago. Airbnbs look different today than they did 2, 3, 4 years ago. Flip properties look different than they did. Commercial properties look different than they did. Doesn't mean they're not viable vehicles for wealth. They are. Just we need to probably update that information.
Yeah, I think now we need more money to invest versus what we had invested 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So that has changed the whole dynamic.
Yeah.
Because then the profit and loss and the rental income covering all your expenses and all that stuff has also shifted.
Absolutely. And the catch to that is that we're all making less money today. Well, at least statistically, we're gonna go through some of this today. We're making less money today than we did 2 years ago. So,
Yes.
and I need more money to buy it. So does that mean that we just need to sit out?
Well, and that's what I need to invest, to be honest with you, just because I know that our business isn't, we're not selling as much as we want to sell. You know,
yeah.
my bottom line isn't what I want to be, and
Yeah,
I don't want to make less money.
yeah, nobody
So-
does.
There's enough people that are willing to share the tips and the tricks. You just gotta be willing to go
Yeah.
do it. I mean, you became a realtor anyways. I don't know much more risk you could possibly take than just becoming a realtor. The rest of it, after that, it's just a flip out, a realtor. Figure it out.
Amy and Nathan, are you long GameStop or short name GameStop?
Thumbs up.
It's not
Awesome.
me, it's Nathan.
Another quick short move on the side.
That's kind of like going to the roulette table and betting everything on red.
Mhm. That's
I
exactly.
can't wait to hear. I did hear about GameStop again this morning though, so I can't wait to hear how it goes. I hope you get rich and you can buy us all lunch next week. Good?
No answer.
Nope.
No lunch for you.
Man, this is the, we got a whole lot of celebrations, market updates for you, and it's gonna be, honestly, I was going through this stuff this morning, and it feels like a whole lot of announcements to me, but it's kind of the space we're in right now, but Quantum Leap, anybody want to talk about Quantum Leap for a minute? Anybody know anything about it? All right,
Can read you the bullet points.
how many signups do we have for this right now, Jesse?
Outside of leadership, we have 4.
Okay, so 4, and there's roughly 4 on the leadership team going. 5 on the leadership team going. So we'd love to have you there. It'll be good. It's in Oak Brook. Follow that QR code. It'll be worth it. Next week already.
And we still have spots for the discounted price at $80, so,
$80. That's pretty good. 30 next Thursday, yes.
yeah, the
Yeah.
23rd.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I don't know how to read that. Okay, so June 3rd. Man, that's like 2-3 weeks out already, is Mira's golf outing. Followed shortly after June 12th with Par's golf outing. Foursomes, anybody got their foursomes together already?
Also, because Mira's full,
Mira's full.
we were the second group that I was all on it like a cheap suit.
I love it. Yeah, get signed up for those. If you don't have a foursome, I'm not playing yet in the par outing, but somebody's looking for a fourth, I would certainly jump in. So, June, all the headshots.
June 5th.
Okay, June 5th. We got a slide on that, so we'll go through that. We got a family picnic coming up. Do you have a slide on that? I don't know if y'all like pigs, but I'm gonna do a pig roast in my backyard. That means a legit pig on a spit. We're not gonna mess around with it. We've done it before.
Have you done it?
Yeah, we did it last summer at Jesse's house, and I learned a few things, didn't I? Listen to.
Maybe.
I think, wasn't it you that was all freaked out with me putting my hands in?
I just think they make gloves for that.
I learned a few things. Thank you for the feedback. It was, it did not go,
It takes 4 hours longer than you think it's
oh my gosh, it was, there's a few things I'll do different.
It's not gonna be the hottest day of the year.
And it's not, yeah. And-
gonna. Oh, yeah.
all right, July 15th is the Red Day golf outing, so Seth's planning that. We'll get some updates on that at some point. Then we got Mega Camp coming up already in August. I don't know if you, is there a slide on this?
Oh my God, it looks like the year is ending, like the calendar.
Who's
Isn't
that
that-
guy?
Isn't that terrible? That's fantastic. I wouldn't even recognize that guy.
Who is that?
Tom.
You think it's time for my updated shot?
I totally see it. I can see it.
Holy cow.
All right, who did that? Who put who up to that?
You still have that jumper?
I don't use that.
Or does it
Did you even know that that was you, or so long ago you don't remember,
I do.
Thick.
right?
What's that?
Said those eyebrows are thick.
Yeah.
Doing well.
That's not all.
Give us some context. Jeez, give it some context here, Jesse.
Hold on, I gotta recover from that one. Okay, Wednesday, June 5th. At 11 a.m. We're gonna do, if you need new headshots, there will be multiple background options that you guys can have. We're gonna do it at BJ's house on Jefferson, which he's remodeled and it's got really pretty interior and exterior spots. So if you need new headshots, they're $30. Adam can just add them to the office bill, scan that QR code. I will also send out a link later today so that you guys can sign up, but get signed up. Our very own Josh will be doing the headshots. So
How do you know when your headshot's too old?
how many years has it been since you had your headshot?
Well, I mean, I still look like that, so the time has really relevant.
I think if it's over 5 years, it's probably time.
5 years is your limit. Well,
Now, is this open to other filters on the board? Like there's some people maybe.
Do you wanna send the link to a couple people?
Right off the top of my head, probably. That's not.
we would open this up to every agent in the board if they would like to join us, that would be fun.
It's like truth in advertising, right? No, I think that's a violation.
I'm not ready to update. I appreciate my old headshot. Jackie Baumgart, she's
I
the
have a
one. that
question.
Jackie, go ahead.
You're right.
Go ahead, Amy.
So for the family picnic, is that gonna be like around lunchtime, dinner time, or is it all day?
It's because it's at the lake house, we'll do it as an all day if you guys want to, because we'll be there, but we'll have a specific, I'll send an email. We'll have a specific time to eat. Don't worry. Food's very important right now.
Okay, well, we're going to tailgates and Tall Boys that day, so I'm just wondering if I hope we can come for part of it.
I will
Don't put us
pray-
down for the silverware this time.
Mega Camp. If you haven't thought about this yet, it is time to get signed up for Mega Camp. A couple reasons. It's a still discounted price if you buy your tickets early, for the low price of $799. The bigger expense is gonna come in your airlines, right? So estimated right now at about $450. So, but you're gonna wanna get signed up and get out there. Who went to Mega Camp last year? Are you thinking about going again this year, Tania? Good. So you're gonna stick with it?
It's
So
gonna be down the road. so you can't-
Right.
you didn't raise your hand about going this year.
Can we see?
How far you will be from Austin?
It's 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
You will be in, where are you going, in Texas?
Yeah.
You got bunk bed?
No, I'm gonna drive 2.5 hours.
No.
But on the way back, stop and come see me.
Like I'm driving, unless you're gonna be at the airport. I just don't forget it, right? And then it's gonna come up quick and you're gonna go, oh man, I wish I would have done it. February. We had a really great red day, this year.
Yeah, I meant to text her. I don't know where is she on the call?
Dawn is on the call, right, Dawn?
She was.
I'm on
the call.
Good
You're
morning,
supposed to be here, Dawn.
good morning, Dawn.
I know, but
Um,
I got up late and it just couldn't happen.
We did a couple of super fun things. I don't know what you guys did specifically, but we went and did a lot of projects for Habitat. Some of us built a fence in somebody else's with their instruction, right?
Yeah.
Good for you, proud of you. Some of us did some painting, some of us did some gardening, but, I couldn't help but think as we did it, honestly, it's so easy to overlook why we're doing it, who the families are, and that there's actually lives affected by this. I was thinking about it the other day going, you know what? If I looked out in my backyard and all of a sudden my shed was painted and everything was done nice,
Yeah.
it's just a good thing. So I appreciate everybody hanging out and doing all that stuff. We went to Midwest Food Bank and, got some chili powder up my nose and did some of that, but it was worth it. Again, there's just people out there that will appreciate these efforts somewhere along the way, right? Although it seems small. Above all this, Don Peters spent countless hours putting this together. It is no small task. If you've never volunteered to be the Red Day chair, it's a job. And believe it or not.
No, don't make it sound so hard, because then nobody else will want to do it.
Yeah, that's fair, Don, but it is a lot of work. I just want you to know that, I really appreciate the effort you put into it. It was a great day and we had, I had a great time, so it was fun.
And we have a little gift for you when you come into the office.
Yep, so if you ever come back into the office, you can come get your gift. Don't wait too long, because you're gonna be disappointed in a week.
You're getting a bag of chili powder.
She'll take it.
The burger mix actually.
We should.
Left over from my.
I would totally take it.
Yeah.
At the end, I had enough, I was wearing enough of it, I figured I'll just try it.
I
I
don't
just
really know what you put,
sneezing the next day.
I don't know why you put burger powder.
Burgers.
Like
You really
to
just
make,
like that?
to make it taste more like a hamburger?
Season it.
Oh, it's like salt, pepper, it's like Lowry's.
The whitest thing ever.
Have more powder.
Seasoning.
Probably out for the cookout.
I didn't know if it was like hamburger flavored powder, right? So that I can put on my grilled cheese and all of a sudden it tastes like a hamburger.
Oh.
It's probably what goes in like ramen.
Yes, exactly. In the last week, we added another agent to our family, Roxanne Parker. I don't know if you know her, but of the, I don't know. She's known for lots and lots of things, but she's really an awesome woman. And hope you see her around here. Well, you're not gonna see her around for a minute because she's gonna be in Africa for a month or something,
That's
right?
right. She's leaving at the end of this month, but she'll be back in mid-June, ready to.
Ready to- Anyway, you'll see her around and welcome her when we do. Anybody notice there's a lot of new agents getting in the business?
22,
22.
Is that
last, we did 22.
Yeah, 22 in the board last month, and that was a surprise because there's been this prediction that people are gonna be getting out of the business, right? And what's been shocking is so many new people getting into the business. They give you any perspective on what's going on with real estate? Let me set that up a different way. Do you think these new agents are gonna win or they're gonna? Do you have a
I
prediction?
think they're gonna win.
Absolutely.
I think they're in here knowing that this is, I mean, maybe they don't really realize that this is harder than it was over the pandemic for all of you that were doing it then, but I think that they know they're gonna work hard and do well.
I think a lot of it is the ones that are gonna succeed are the ones that are going to absorb, like, be like a sponge and whoever their respective broker, leadership, whatever that is. Cause, you know, you look like a duck, walk like a duck, talk like a duck, you become a duck.
Yeah.
But because you get your real estate license, doesn't mean you're a duck.
Yeah.
And I think part of it comes along with the people that they surround themselves with.
I think they're gonna win. I think the ones that show up, buckle in. They haven't been spoiled. I'm not saying we're spoiled. by
Well, they
any
don't
means.
know
They don't know
other,
how good it was. Yeah, so they're starting in the trench where where some agents started when everything was great and now they're going into the trench,
Yep.
right? That's a tough fight. When you didn't start there and you woke up every day looking at your phone and you had business and now it's, at least for me, for a lot of agents, it's flip flop. You need to be looking on your phone to go find business versus looking on your phone and you found business.
I agree with that, right? I mean, I think the greatest blessing is getting into the business that's a little bit challenging and forces you to learn how to work. And honestly, you figure out how to be successful in this market, you're gonna crush it when the market turns out really, really good again. James is on the call, I see. I don't know if you're listening to us this morning, but, James had his first contract show up last week and he's been in the business for what, 2 weeks? It don't work, right? I mean, and it happens. So, congratulations and, keep with it. Growth partner, Amber's added to her growth. Added to her downline, thank you, in the month of April. So congratulations, Aaron. We had a couple of cappers show up in April. Jackie Spencer, I haven't seen her on the call this morning. Jeff and Penny and Seth all showed up with caps. That means they get the rest of the year, probably a little more than that, because it depends on when their anniversary dates are, but everything you make from here on out is at 100%. Congratulations. You better go hard and sell some stuff. I find it hard to believe that Jeff Martindale's only been
He's
with us for
14.
4 years, 14 years.
14 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's been around almost as long as I have, so. Jeff, yeah, congratulations. Marcy Tillman been with us for 4 years, and then Lambert showing up just at a year, so congratulations. Glad you made it. Revolution Cares, we're at $7,051. That is because we made a donation in the month of April. Yes. So we had an opportunity to help one of our own agents, with some money. And do you remember what the total number of that was?
It's 4,000.
We paid $4,000 to an agent for their help. Quite honestly, a lot of times when we make those donations, it's a matter of we give it to the agent without really any strings attached. It's kind of here, you use it the way you feel like you need to use it, and hopefully that blesses their family. Certainly blesses us with the opportunity to be able to do such things. So.
And it did take, she shared just how much weight that took off and she knew exactly what she was gonna do with that money that was gonna even relieve even more pressure. Like it was instant. She knew exactly, she told me exactly what she was doing with it. So she was waiting on something, a good windfall like that.
So the month of April, we had 33 agents donate, $250 total came in. And again, one thing I point out is you see how fast it goes. Right? We made a $4,000 gift. $4,000 isn't nearly enough of a gift, right? And I mean, it's not nothing. But, love to see that continue to grow. Speaking of, well, that's Rev Cares. Profit share. Be thinking about profit share these days. I mean, it's still a thing. Does everybody know that our profit share rules are changing?
Yeah.
All right, so a year ago, if you remember this, a year ago, the IALC, this is the International Agent Leadership Council, so they're part of Austin. There are two agents in the Mid-American region that are on the IALC. They are our representatives. A year ago, they voted to change the profit share, meaning if you were an agent and you went to work for a competing brokerage, we would remove you from the profit share system. Right, not totally remove, it drops your share down to 5% of what you would normally get. And what's that do? If you're at a competing brokerage, that would have enabled loyal KW agents to grow, right? And that money would just be dispersed up the tree so that the current agents would benefit more. Okay?
Makes sense.
As of yesterday, there are 21 class action lawsuits against that profit share change. Wow. Yeah, right, 21. So this is a big deal in the company, right? And the company is just really looking for what's the right thing, what is the best thing, how do we handle profit share from here out? So, May 16th, this is Thursday morning at 10 o'clock, that QR code will take you to a link to the IALC teleconference. This is actually their vote. They're gonna go in and re-vote on the issue and decide whether or not they're gonna leave profit share with this. We're gonna take away old agents, or agents to go to a competitor, or they're gonna leave them in and just keep profit share the way that it always was. Okay, I've given my 2 cents and kind of everybody knows, they know where I stand. I trust the IALC to do what's right for the company and what's right for our future. So I don't know where it'll go. My sense is that it'll get reversed, that the profit share will go back to the way that it always was.
Because it was told to those agents, if you work 3 years,
That's correct. You invest it, you get
always
it.
get it.
That's correct.
Now going back on your own words
That's correct.
is
Yeah.
not
Not
So
the right way of doing
Yep.
this.
So I think you're gonna see it revert and,
They can change going forward, like new.
Yes,
agents,
that's exactly
yeah,
what I was.
But
going to
everybody
say.
else should be
So
grandfathered.
from now onwards, you can say, okay, anybody who joins Keller Williams, if they leave.
Yep.
This would go down to 5%, but not to they should grandfather.
Yep. So that's probably where it's gonna head, but if you're interested at all in listening in on that conversation, it'll happen Thursday at 10 o'clock. Again, part of the evolution of the business, right? I mean, you make decisions that you think are best for the business. One of the things I really respect about this company is they make big changes, they make big moves, thinking that they're right in the, and they're willing to go back and create. They're willing to go back and fix stuff, right? So if it's not right, they're gonna make it right. Top producers. Surprise you, Ryan, 2.3 million for the month of April, congratulations.
That's fine.
Number one by a long way, Mornay from Kerfoot, had a great month at 1.7 million. Tricia, big month at 1.5, Jewett Homes came in at 1.5. Keisha Hopkins shows up at 1.2, big month, and the Kulak Group at right at $1 million. Very quiet. Top producers in units, Tucker shows up again at number one with 14, and the Dice team showed up with 8, that's a big month for the Dices. Tricia had 6, Jewett's had 6, Melissa had 5, and the Feast team had 5. Congratulations on top those units. Ryan's leading the board everywhere here. So listing leaders, Tucker took 5 listings in the month of April. Dites took 4. Jewett Homes took 4. Tricia took 3. The Feast team 3. Alignment, Dawn, that's Dawn and Leah, took 3, and Cornejo Kerfoot took 3 as well. Again, we say this every month, I think, but bet you can tell who our May producers are gonna be, right? Based on these listing leaders, it matters. I've talked to a few of you this week that have listings coming, so, I would expect to see you on that board next month too. We're gonna talk through the language of real estate. You may remember this slide from a while back. We haven't looked at the numbers quite in this format for a while. I've kind of reverted it back. One thing that we do is we call it pinks and greens. All right, so our goal at Keller Williams is to have 10% growth. 10% growth. It means if we don't have 10% growth, we're gonna color something pink. Because, I mean, let's say that pink is it's just easier to see through than red is, but red, it's kind of warning. Hey, wait a minute, something's wrong. You're not growing at the rate that you thought that you're expecting to grow. All right, so this gives us an opportunity to look at that. When they're marked green, you go, hey, something's going right here. How do we go in and figure out what's going right and press it? Well, guess what? Nothing's green on this board yet. But this is just Keller Williams. So this is coming from, is this KWRI, Adam, or is this MAR?
The top part or the combined stats for PAR and MIR. There's all of our stats for Cat.
Oh, this is just us. I was thinking this,
Next slide.
I'm with you. All right, so this is just us. So Canada, we closed units. How many units did we close a year ago? We closed 88. This year we closed 85. Year to date, we've 315 to 312. Meaning year to date, we're down 1%. That's pretty flat. That's pretty boring. Right? I'm not grading that at the moment. I'm just telling you that it's down 1%. Now our volume's up. If you look at our year-to-date volume, we're up 2% year-to-date volume. Is that telling you? Is that our prices are up? Right? If we're down in units and we're up in volume, tells us that our prices are still going up. That's no surprise to you guys. I was looking at some stats yesterday, and in Bloomington, it looks like prices are up as much as 7% year-to-date. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy, right? I mean, if you're a homeowner, if you're a real estate owner, it's a good thing. Listings taken. 82 versus 53, that's ridiculous. We're going down in terms of listings taken. We're taking fewer and fewer listings. That's disturbing. 286 versus 205 year to date. Those are off 35 and 28% year to date. Those are big numbers.
Does that match the board?
You'll see the next slide. No, it's not.
I'm glad you asked. Yeah, we'll go to that in the next slide and tell you exactly. Listings taken volume. 16 million versus 10 million. So 56 versus 42, 39 to 24.
I will note. This is the first month that we took on a bunch of agents last year around this time. So those stats are gonna be, so you're gonna start to see that effect.
Yeah, so our numbers get skewed based on the activity that we did last year. So I agree with that. And some of the challenges keep up your activity. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, Adam's exactly right. This is about time Pecan Street came on.
The list, that's why the listing taken, like the volume is kind of steady, but the listings taken metric, it's because we bolted on.
Yeah.
A whole bunch exactly this time last
Got it. All right, let's look at some numbers. These are the below the line numbers. So those top four are basically production based, right? So those are our leading indicators. Our lagging indicators start to look a little bit different. Let's look at GCI. How much money did we bring in? 574 versus 497,000. Year to date, well, look at this. The month of April was down 13%, which is not fun. But year to date, we brought in 6% more GCI. You have given yourselves a 6% raise this year. Surprise you? Lucinda's looking at me like I'm an idiot. She's like, no, this doesn't make sense. I can't add that up.
It actually doesn't surprise me at all because I feel like I had a really busy first quarter and then a much slower start to my second quarter. And so I just hope that regular numbers pick up through this summer season.
Yeah, so it is interesting to me that there have been more commission dollars out there for us than there were a year ago by 6%, right? So I don't know that most of us or a lot of us are feeling that. Company dollar, this is the amount of money that the company keeps from you. Basically the amount that Keller Williams Revolution has to work on. April 23 versus April 24, down about $10,000. Yep, year to date, 226 to 212, right? So we're down 6% year to date in terms of revenue from the company. Anybody know why that might be? When you start looking at it on the company side, it's a little bit different because we're dealing with captive agents. So what it tells me is the agents that are closing most business, that are bringing in the most amount of money, have already capped. Right, so we brought more commission dollars in. It's just that those commission dollars were subject to a cap, which the company didn't get paid for. Hey, congratulations, that's exactly the way the system is built. So it also tells me that there's probably a whole large group of agents that are not participating in that additional GCI. Make sense? And I know that to be true for what it's worth. So just some thoughts. Expenses. Congratulations, we've spent $5,000 less year to date than we did a year ago. So we're down 3%. We're saving all kinds of money, aren't we, Adam?
We're saving all kinds of 3% of money.
Thank you, Adam.
Owner profit, this is the one that shocked me the most or disturbed me maybe. We're down 7% in owner profit, but that only translates into about $800. So, not that much different year over year. Our first quarter is generally slow in terms of owner profit. So, again, what disturbs me is it was a low number this year and it's a low number. It was a low number last year. So it's 2 years in a row, a low number. I don't like that, but profit share. Same translation into profit share, $7,000 year to date versus $3,600 year to date. We're down 51% profit share, year to date. And that's not a fun number. All right, let's translate this into what's going on in our local markets. So somebody asked how does that compare to where we're at? If you look at Mira, closed units are up 4% year to date. Our volume's up 12% year to date. Down 1% in listings and down 5% in listings taken. All right. So translate those. Look at these last two numbers, 28 and 24 for us versus 1 and 5. It means we're dropping in terms of these listings taken activities, right? So there's a flag there for us. In PAR, it's similar, right? So we're down 6%. These PAR's numbers are tougher than Mira's numbers, I think, in terms of production, but in terms of where we're at relative to Keller Williams, again, we've got some making up to do. Obviously, we can't come up with GCI and that stuff for Mira and PAR, so those numbers would come up. Any thoughts, comments, questions about Pinks and Greens? Language of real estate? Anybody ever done this for our own business? And?
Well, I can tell you, like, we had a really good month in April and May's pending. You're gonna see a really decent May for our team as well. But where I start stressing out is every time we pend a house and something doesn't replenish that hopper, that's when I start looking ahead further down the calendar and go, it's gonna show up right here. So April is great. We had good money coming in. May is great. We have good money coming in. June, I don't like it. July, I don't like it. And August, I don't like it. And it's because of the replenish of that hopper, right? When I say, hey, we had a really good month, we're working like a dog. We're working like a dog to replenish that hopper. If I wait until those good months are over and I go, oh shit, now what do I have? That's when my business is gonna go down, my income's gonna go down if I'm not paying attention to every time I sell something, am I replenishing it? And that is what, right now, we're having a hard time doing. Every time we sell something, I should be able to, I wanna run towards it, and find another buyer, find another listing, or who's in the works, are they hot, are they cold, or whatever it is, however you have your metrics on your business. We're selling stuff, right? But what else is coming back on? And that's scaring me. Just to be blunt, it's actually scaring me. And it's only because I know how hard we're working to look for this business. Like, I know just how much we're doing right now, and it's not, the gas tank isn't being filled back up.
Does this feel like a shift in the market to you?
It does. Part of it, I guess, and I see these numbers and I look at the inventory levels and then, you know, I think even if we had the inventory levels, I don't see as many buyers raising their hands, wanting to jump into the market to buy a house. I know that to be true, at least in my business. Like, it's not like, great, we sold one, and before it was like, all right, we still don't have any listings, but I have tons of buyers, right? Now we're depleting these buyers, and the new ones aren't really coming and raising their hands saying, hey, we're next, right? That's what's showing up in my work. I don't know if that trainer.
No, anybody else seeing that or feeling that?
And it's subjective, right? Like, I think it's subjective to the area, the house, the dollar figure of the house, the value of the house. the buyer pool, like what buyers are out there. I think you're still gonna see certain buyers, no matter what, raising their hand, getting into.
Oh,
Always.
somebody's gonna divorce, somebody's gonna die, yeah, there's
For-
gonna be a need for somebody to move.
Yeah, is it the first time home buyers that are kind of bowing out right now? Is it the families that I would like another bedroom? But we're gonna just sit still and not even look for another bedroom? Trying to identify that right now, at least in my business, is a little difficult. Like, who is it that I need to be talking to? Right now, I'm casting a really wide net, right? Just to see who I can get, but really, I went through our market trying to figure out what price points are up, what areas are up, what sales are down, what listings are down in certain areas, because now I'm wanting to target more than ever certain price points, certain families, right? Certain towns. You know, I think it's gonna become, at least for us, it's becoming very direct.
Well, and that's smart, cause you're looking at, you have a finite amount of time. And so the wider net you throw, right, the less odds you're gonna get of something. If you can really refine where that activity is gonna go.
Yep. And I can tell you, I'm trying to my best to think outside the box and, you know, not to go off on a soapbox, but I'm also trying to like tell everybody what I'm also up to. Like by putting videos out there or putting stuff on our page or having these conversations there. I don't have it all figured out by any means. I don't have like that secret sauce. But what I do have is the willingness to keep trying random shit, right? Just to try to get a different result.
Yep.
Right now, I was telling you the story about how somebody backed into my car, right? My truck. I got the quote this morning. I just dropped it off and it's basically $300 or not a big deal. It's not, but it happened at a listing appointment from the next door neighbor. I ended up getting that listing and I'm thinking like, so I have like this decision to make. Do I go knock on the door across the street and go, hey, I got your bill for $300? Or am I eating $300 because I really need to farm this neighborhood? I'm eating that $300. Because that area I want to farm it. I've identified that this house, when it comes up, is gonna sell. People want it in this neighborhood so bad, and I'm working that neighborhood to no end. So therefore, Amy, over across the street, on Haven, you just got a reprieve of a $300 bill. But that for instance, I've never worked like that. I've never like, I'm gonna go really comb this area. It reminds me when I first got in the business and I started to farm an area and I would go out on garbage day and door knock. And what I would do is I would wait for the garbage to be done and I'd pull up all their garbage cans for them. They were decently long driveways and I'd in an older neighborhood. And I pull up their garbage cans and then knock on the door. I actually did, I think I told the story, I did get a call back sometime later, a few years later, saying, hey, we remember you, by the way, we were wanting to price our house. I really got nothing off of that activity, but what I guess.
Don't do that one.
Yeah, my
Use a
point
little story to say at the end, don't do that.
yeah. We'll have a listing. It's just nothing showed up then, but I wasn't doing anything, right? So I didn't know it was gonna show up. And so, for instance, my soapbox for this is you gotta be willing to do something different in order to get different results. It's just the way it is. You can't keep waking up, doing the same thing and expecting something miraculous to change. And if you're relying on hope, I wouldn't be hoping on this market.
Yeah.
I will tell you what I'm up to with that area. I'm having a subdivision only open house. Where we created a QR code. We're doing the whole, did you hear about your neighbor flyer? Hand deliver those flyers. On that QR code is a video of me talking about that house and then basically a sign up to get them into this house. And the whole idea is to try to identify, well, who's interested in this house? Who's next, right? Don't be so fast just because you got a new listing, put it on the market and try to sell it as fast as you can. Hopefully you can get some leads off of it, but pump the brakes and maybe you can get more activities into the house, because it can't always be about you, right? It can't always be about the realtor trying to get leads and, you know, business. You should be really focused on what's the best thing for your client But if you're generating that, if you're doing activities and you're generating buzz about the property, I think you hit both names.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, I think this leads back to our conversation about new agents. Are the new agents gonna make it? And the answer is probably yes, because they don't have any- it's all new to them, right? So they're gonna go try something and it's gonna work,
I think
mostly
so.
because they're trying something.
Absolutely. It's hard for me. I wanna, yesterday I got into the office and lead gen a good portion of the day and I just love it, right? Like I just, for whatever reason, it trips my trigger. But I've also been really focused on, I need to send out content, videos, and trying to really change my perspective on that is lead gen. It's just not the lead gen that I've been so used to doing for so long, which is outbound calls. Like now we gotta start utilizing social media and videos and trying just something different in order to get different results. And it's working. It's not like it's the flood of business, but hey, if you get an extra deal or two a month, to me, that's worth it. That's my 2 cents.
Anybody else seeing anything different out there in the market? Are you working it different?
Nope.
What's the needs? Big anything coming up we should know about? Ania,
1829 East Lafayette coming up in division. 3 beds, 2 bathrooms, will probably be at 155. Slab, detached garage.
I took a listing yesterday in Fox Creek. It's on Crooked Creek. It's a very, very nice 2-story home with full finished basement. Rooms are really, really large. I mean, it's very hard to find rooms which are large, but apparently it was built by the builder for his own family. So they did everything extra. It has a sunroom, nice patio, nice, very beautiful kitchen and all that's 9-foot ceilings. Very, very nice home for $449,900. It is going to be coming soon now, but it will be active on May 30th. But if anybody has a buyer, I'm going to put it in coming soon also. It can be shown on a notice given to us. Very nice home.
I just added back to the chat, the KW Revolutionaries group chat with their wants and needs. So you can put into those group chats, here's what I've got coming up. If you opt in for it, you have to go in and check the box, but it will send you an email every time somebody posts something new in there. So
I need to.
that is worthwhile. Again, the URL error is in the chat box.
Also, I'm hosting an open house at my personal residence this Saturday between 11 and 1. It dropped 25,000 this morning.
Party.
549. No, butter chicken. If you have a buyer and you want to come and preview it, please feel free to come this Saturday between 11 and 1. Free barley surf.
It's good. I have a need, and I know not many people are doing commercial stuff, but we can go, these folks can go as far west as Morton, so some of the Morton agents. But I need a warehouse, about 200,000 square feet, I'm sorry, 20,000 square feet.
That's
Amazon.
everything, all right.
I need room for about 20 staff people, need to have a loading dock. Up to about 550. So if any of you know of anything, I've reached out to some of the commercial peeps. It's been a while since I've done a commercial deal, but it'd be kind of fun to jump back in and get my feet wet, so.
Yeah.
I have another one, sorry. 1101 Bell. It's older house on the corner. It's very cute. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, huge backyard. It's cute.
Clutch, fish, don't know.
Probably like 269, 270.
Okay.
I have a couple.
Go.
Okay, so I listed two houses yesterday. One is at 1227 West Barker Avenue in Peoria. It's got a view of historic Moss Avenue. It is an absolutely gorgeous house. So much character, so many architectural details. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 2-car garage for $329,900. I have one 1319 West Barker Avenue in Peoria, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, an absolutely great 4-car detached garage, has an extra lot with an old 2-car garage on it as well. That one is $174,900. I've got one coming on Thursday that's just a little 3-bedroom, 1 bath on a slab with a 1-car garage for $99,900 in Peoria. And then I have one in Old Town Dunlap coming on this week, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1-car detached garage for $149,900. Bring me buyers.
Man. Melissa's been busy.
Houses for those.
We have a need if we can, I mean, I'm sure everyone has this, but we have some buyers that are very picky, very, very picky, and they can only go up to about 225. They like older houses, but they're also good with, you know, something that's a little bit newer. They need 3 bedrooms, at least 1.5 bathrooms. They would prefer a 2-car garage. But nothing on a busy street, nothing by any kind of business, nothing by a cemetery, no, I mean, so
That's
I don't know if anybody has.
On an acre.
I forgot to mention, Thursday I got photos coming on 1907 Marzell. This is a cool property. It's a quad. And it's actually a good looking quad from the street, 4 beds, 3 baths. But it sits on a 1/3 of an acre. It's got a 2-car attached garage and a 42 by 18 detached garage outbuilding with a hot tub room connected to it. It's heated. Great property for a handyman or somebody that likes to.
Is it 225 or less?
239.
Hey.
But it's
Amy?
on an old cemetery.
Oh.
And a busy street.
Yeah.
It backs up to the street, but there's a 12-foot fence. This is a cool property.
Fence. 12-foot fence?
Yeah, along Veterans Park.
Oh, okay. Geez.
You know what that was getting out the cemetery.
What? Yeah.
Yeah. Any others? Going. That's all I got for today. Have a great day.